Hi there, my name is Caroline Harland and I am the Director of Human Resources here at Organixx. I want to talk to you today about detox and specifically a little bit about my story and how I joined Organixx, and also what does detox mean to me and why is it so important to my life. So as I began this journey, it started many years ago. In 2005, my mother went into liver failure. So backing up a little bit from that point, my mother is French Canadian. She moved to the United States when she was 20 years old. She, in her small town north of Quebec City, she had gardens and they were farmers, and they would literally spread pesticides at that time with their hands, and they would spread that in their gardens and many other places in order to just control whatever was growing at the time, weeds, whether it was bugs, but that's how they distributed the chemical to the plants where she lived. Well, that dermal exposure over time accumulated in her system, and in the late 1980s she was it was discovered that she had some concern with her liver. Well, they did many tests, and it turned out that her liver was not as strong as it should be because of this dermal exposure, this poisoning that she had experienced as a young girl living in Canada. So sometime in the early 90s, she was actually added to the transplant list. And my understanding of that is you could be on that list for a long time, and they keep you there and they watch you and they watch your results and they watch your blood and whatnot, and they see where you are amongst all the other individuals that are on the list. Fast forward to the beginning of my story, and when my mom got really sick in late 2004, the doctors didn't really have a handle of what was going on with my mom at the time. They were addressing a lot of other symptoms of hers, but not the actual issue of her liver failure. So she actually crashed at that time, and we had to make decisions about what we were going to do. Well, we ended up being very lucky, and we were able to transport my mom to Tampa General. She was in Florida at the time, and Tampa General has a transplant facility, and they moved her to this facility. And we were so fortunate to benefit by the gift of somebody else's decision to become an organ donor, and my mom received a new liver in March of 2005. My parents called it her new birth date. And she went through a number of surgeries and really fought for her life at that time, and she came home somewhere in around July of 2005. And when that happened, I had just had my first daughter, and my daughter was born in July of 2004. So when my mom came home from the hospital from that fight for her life, I had a 1-year-old, and I was thinking, I need to get really serious about how I'm going to protect her from being exposed to a lot of toxins that could hurt her. I had firsthand experience of what dermal exposure could do to somebody, and I just was really adamant about making sure that I was going to do everything that I could do to protect her. And that's where our journey started. And I say my family, we are all really committed to making sure that the amount of exposure in so many different areas that we put ourselves at risk of, we take very seriously. So I have spent the last now 13 years really focusing on how to keep toxins away, and how to detox my home, myself, and my environment, so that I give myself at least a fighting chance to prevent what could be preventable injuries or diseases that I would otherwise possibly be exposed to. Now that I started down that journey, I really just started collecting information and strategies for doing that over time, which brings me to where I'm at today. So a year ago, I joined Organixx as the Director of Human Resources. It was a perfect match for me. I completely am aligned with Organix's mission, empowering you organically. It was a dream come true to work for a company that allowed me to follow my passion and really help the company take care of their human resources function, take care of their people and their team, and yet completely believe in the products we sell and the mission of the company. I believe wholeheartedly that the food supplements that we sell are in direct alignment with what I've been trying to do, which is to take care of myself, stay healthy, take care of my kids, my family, my pets, and enjoy this life that's been given me. So over the next couple of videos, I want to talk to you about looking at detox a different way. What does that mean? Is there only one way to detox? The other thing that I want to talk to you about is detoxing your home. I also want to talk to you about the water that we drink, and how does it matter where we get our water and what's in it, and just my experience with that, and what steps you can take to maybe give yourself a head start with regards to what kind of water you're drinking and how you handle water actually on a daily basis. I'll also want to talk to you about your environment, and not just what goes on your body or inside your mouth, but what's around you, that just something to be aware of and things that you can consider. You don't have to change your life dramatically, but you can take all of these things into consideration. So I'd love to share those videos with you and go over that with you, and hear your feedback. I really appreciate learning from other people, and in fact, most of the things that I've learned regarding detox and what's around us that we should consider, I've gotten from conversations that I've had with other people. Quite literally, one of the first places that I was exposed, no pun intended, to detox was at during a facial at a salon, and the technician who was giving me the facial knew all this information about the products that we put on our skin, and I was shocked, and I just was so appreciative that she took the time to talk to me about that, and so I'm going to talk to you about it, because I think it's so important that we share amongst ourselves and we educate each other on just what we know, and I just think that's such a gift that we have that, and we can share information. So I welcome that along the way. So I look forward to speaking with all of you and sharing my information with you over the next few videos, and I hope you stay tuned, and I hope you find the information helpful.